Hey, we here. Real quick, back at it. No recaps, but with the guests for UFC 300, bro. For those wondering why, they're like, hey, why didn't they talk about the fights the results last week? It's because the fights haven't happened yet for this Saturday. We're doing this show in advance because we're just so hyped on it. We're about to be in the building, me and Ne Dro. Yeah, man, sorry. I don't think you're going to be there, but it's all right. You'll be there in spirit and on TV.
I'll have the best seat in the house on my couch, baby.
Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, the best to watch anything is at home.
Yeah. No, real talk.
Yep.
Yeah. The live is dope, but I hate live the seats at live.
Yeah,
you know, the seats is like shoulder to shoulder like this.
Yeah, live is lit, but I'm like, it's cool for the experience and like, you know, the energy, but at the end of the day, home is the best spot.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, getting back into it. So since we're gonna have a big, huge card here, we're just gonna go straight into this motherfucker. Oh, I ain't playing around with these motherfuckers. But we're still putting it down and below here. Starting out with a banger. We got Davison Figueiredo against Cody Garbrandt. Figgy. I don't know who wants to start this out, but I'll let you know this. This is pretty crazy. I'll let you know the odds first. Figueiredo is a minus 285 right now on BetOnline. Garbrandt plus 245. Yeah, kind of like wow. That's kind of a wide line, don't you think?
Nah, no. I mean it's warranted. Cody's like a shell of himself. He's been having on a nice little streak. Figueiredo up a weight class. He might have rejuvenated his career. Couldn't make that 125 anymore. Plus, Figueiredo's coming off a big win at 135 where he looked, solid against Rob Font. And remember what Rob Font did to Cody. So, like, I know MMA math isn't real, but I feel like, I don't know, I think Cody is just, like, old, bro. Like, they need to give him, like, still, like, the people, like, he fought before, like, not top 10s.
Like, just new guy? Is he just a gatekeeper?
Just, yeah, like, top 20s, because I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I don't know. Like, who was his last fight against?
Yeah, we got no love here. Yeah, he's actually only 32, but the mileage of getting knocked out and fighting in the UFC has really added up. He lost or he beat
Kelleher and then Trevin Jones. Like, see, those are like what top?
Yeah, nobody. And
30, lost not even top 20, maybe. I don't know.
If that, bro. See, yeah, and he was like favorites in those.
Yeah, and then
that fight. That Brian Kelleher fight, remember when Dana White did that little contest and he picked a fan to help him bring him in to the war room and help him pick fights? That was a fan fight that got put together because I think Cody said, he goes, hey, I want to fight Brian. And he made it happen. They like suggested it and it got hooked up. But Brian Kelleher has no right. I mean, that fight should have never happened in my opinion. But you look at all the losses that Cody's taken, it's like, who are you going to? Yeah.
That's the people he should be fighting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Mario Batista, that might have been an ugly fight. You know, I got a lot of love for Cody. You got a lot of love for Cody. My thing
I actually hate Cody.
I don't.
If you're gonna bet, well,
go ahead. Finish your thought, bro.
I will say,
like Cody.
The biggest thing, obviously, is the chin. Is the chin going to be there? Is he going to be able to take any of the damage? Figueiredo's for real at 135. I was thinking he was going to be like a super small guy coming to fight Rob Font. Now, Figueiredo was like, he was the champ at 125. He's the real deal at 135. So if Cody don't go in there ready to, I mean, it's going to be a real mixed martial arts fight. There's going to be grappling and everything's going to be in this fight. But Cody, I don't see Cody winning a decision. I see him winning by knockout, but I can see Figueiredo by winning a decision and by knockout or even a submission. I mean, my heart is with Cody. I'm picking Cody to win by knockout. But Figueiredo could definitely easily walk away with a first round KO just in his speed. We'll see. This will be a great fight because this fight would have happened at 125 if Cody would have, stayed at 125 and not had any of those issues.
This fight was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
A while ago.
I'm excited we're getting it. Yeah, I'm excited to see it finally. So, and it's starting off the 300 card. Like these 100 cards, 100, 200, 300, there's always magic in the air. I'm excited. This is going to be an awesome card.
It's tight or they're hella boring. Because like UFC 200 was weak as fuck.
Hey, I met my wife right after UFC 200.
Not at UFC 200 though. I'm saying the card itself. Not talking about anything around it. I'm talking about like you just said those. it was a whole bunch of dope people, but it was a weak ass. All the fights were weak.
It got hella boring.
Anderson Silva versus Cormier.
Silva. Oh man, it was fun until you're watching it and you're like, this is the. But I was faded, so I don't even remember that card. I was there, but I wasn't there. Shout out to Tommy Toon World. He held me down and got me out of there safely.
Hey, but yeah, man. Here's the thing about Cody. I'm not a fan of his, but I think the line's a little wide here. I mean, Davidson Figueiredo is a lot better than I expected for him to be in this new weight class. He definitely impressed me in his last fight. But I don't feel good about laying minus 285, minus 300 on Figueiredo at this point. Money did come in on him. He was an early, when this opened or closer to the opening time, it was a minus 150 around that range. So he steamed all the way up to where he is about now, close to minus 300. So at minus 300, no thanks. But so and betting wise, I might sprinkle something on Cody here just because he has that chance, swinging chance. But really, as a skilled fighter, as a breakdown, obviously Figueiredo, I think it's just better all around.
I feel it, but it's like, bro, who's been sleeping that fool Figueiredo? Moreno rocked him, but he ain't never got.
Yeah,
slept.
But is Moreno fraudulent now? Now that you're looking at it, he needs to take this break.
He's not fraudulent. He's always just fought too much. He had that run where he was in his peak in the pandemic, and hey, man, this fighting is very vicious, bro. These fools be going through streaks. They're on top of the world for a couple years, and all of a sudden they down in the dumps. Sometimes they could
Cody.
Sometimes they could do a phoenix and rise again, but it's very rough.
Very rare. Next up, man, we got another banger. Just bangers after bangers. So a couple of OGs, Bobby Green, 31-15 against Jim Miller, 37-17. Those records are crazy.
Yeah, this one I'm hella sketch on, bro. I would say Bobby Green off rip, but then after the way he got murked by Jalen Turner, it's oh shit. And he's almost 40. He's and he's smoking what do you say, 40 blunts a day or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, he can't brief. He might not be able to brief.
Was that his last fight? He got slept? Was that his last fight?
Who?
Bobby Green?
Yeah, he got murdered, and then the fight, he even got hella unnecessary damage in that one.
Yeah, last
that was November.
He got knocked out badly by Jalen Turner. And before that, he knocked out Grant Dawson, and he beat Tony Ferguson.
But the thing is, too, Jim Miller at this age now, he's hella sloppy, and slow, but his punches, they land now. They cracking shit. And the thing is, for me, Bobby Green is old, and I feel his chin is sus. Like what Drew Dober did to him, how he's winning the whole fight, and then he got his ass knocked the fuck out, and then the Jalen Turner fight. I mean, the fight against the the Dawson kid or whoever, that was really shocking. But yeah. But I gotta go with Bobby Green.
Yeah, he's the minus 190 favorite right now. Jim Miller's plus 165. There is some early money on Jim Miller. He I think he was closer to a plus 185 or so, 180. And so I can understand the love and the shot on Jim Miller as an underdog. I've been supporting Jim Miller in pretty much I'm looking down at his fights. I bet him against Gabriel Benitez. I bet him against Jesse Butler. I'm pretty sure I even bet him against Alexander Hernandez, even though he lost. What the fuck are all these ads on these fucking shit? And then I bet on him against Cerrone, I'm pretty sure too, and Mota. So it's been all the way since Eric Gonzalez.
Damn.
That was the streak.
Look how many times they were booked to fight each other. So they've been trying to put this fight together.
Mm-hmm.
They canceled it twice.
So,
it looks like.
Well, with that being said, man, I mean, Jim Miller. I just think Bobby Green does have a nice possible style that could give him problems. They're both old guys,
He does, bro. But to me, it's just the chin. It's just the chin for me, for Green. It's especially man, I wish we could show highlights on this show, but man, that knockout by Jalen Turner was terrible.
Oh, that one was vicious. Yeah, the extra poundings. But yeah, I still got to go with Bobby Green here. I think the price is okay. I like it. At 190.
What's the TKO?
I like Green.
They got the TKO prop.
No props yet. No props. No totals right now. And Bet Online is usually one of the first, to come to market on some of these lines. So,
who you got?
But yeah, who do you like, Hype?
Jim Miller.
Yeah, I can see him doing the upset. It should be a pick'em fight, in my opinion. This fight should be a pick'em straight.
I mean, if Bobby Green goes in there and he's able to just do what he's been able to do the last couple of fights, not the Jalen Turner fight, but just kind of like pop the fighter, get in, get out, and kind of just work them, get damage, keep the fight standing, and just doing his boxing. Yeah, he could dance around Jim Miller and win, but Jim Miller, like Nesto said, this fool's got like bombs in his hands all of a sudden, and he'd be cracking people. So I don't think that. I mean, it'd be awesome to see Jim Miller win by KO, but I just have a feeling Jim Miller's coming in this fight like this is UFC 300. He's the only fighter that's been on 100, 200, now 300.
That's crazy.
I think it means a lot. I think he's going to go in there and he knows like I got to win, and he could retire after this. Who knows?
Maybe. You never know. Maybe Bobby Green retires.
He said he's not going to. Bobby Green ain't retiring. He's like Bobby Green's got like his skills may be diminishing, but he's like got a new life like on his popularity. He was on Back on Fig and shit. Like, yeah, he's trying to get that check because the thing is he's one of the fighters that he's lost hella, but he's like every paycheck he gets he's getting a fat paycheck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, why retire when he can still fight? He still compete though. He's
still a draw too.
Yeah, I fuck with him. I'm going with him. Next up, we got Jessica Andrade against Marina Rodriguez. Interesting clash of styles, really, man. On these Brazilians here. Marina Rodriguez is a plus 100 right now. Jessica Andrade minus 120. So it's damn near a pick'ems at this point. And we got Marina is actually, I believe, a bigger underdog. She opened at around plus 150, 145, and now she's about a pick'ems. And just on the style, I mean, she's always at risk to lose and get beat, but I like Marina Rodriguez here at any plus money. I think if it goes to the decision, she could really just point her way out of this. But she is getting on the older side, and she's had some disappointing, recent pretty much fights. Look at her last one was Michelle Watterson, which is, let's be honest, we all love the karate hottie, but she's on her way out, and she's not really a winner near the end of her career. And then she lost to Verna, who a lot of people, think that's not a big win, actually. But Big V, Verna, she's in there. She just had another win last week. And then she lost to Amanda Lemos, who isn't the most skilled fighter, but is a contender in the division and a power puncher for sure. So, she had some other good wins. Jessica Andrade, there's nothing to say about her other than she's fought the who's. She's been there. She's still actually
multiple weight classes.
So you could say she's just having another resurgence. Yeah, exactly. And she's very well rounded in the sense of like a decent ground game, but a great striker. She's just short, so she does kind of throw hooks and just trying to throw swinging bombs. So I think if it stays standing though, like I'm gonna go with the taller, straight striker. She does the Muay Thai striking and kickboxing. So I'm going with Marina Rodriguez here for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna just pull for Andrade because like Marina Rodriguez, I thought she was gonna be that next one, and she took some L's that she shouldn't have, and she kind of showed the blueprint like how to beat her. You just gotta rush her, like fucking yoke her up, and the perfect person to do that is Jessica Andrade.
Yep,
Andrade.
She's a little bully. She's gonna rush her
like the way she did to Mackenzie Dern. She's gonna just if she could do that to Marina's gonna quit.
She's gonna have to do that for sure. You can't keep standing and trying to move around and strike like she'd be fighting like with Rose or somebody like that, That's just
and I feel like Rodriguez takes so much damage in every one of her fights. I mean, she wins. She's only really lost 3 times, but geez, she never comes out of fights like she's always looking beat up, like she's been in a fight.
Near the end, too, a lot of times she'll be winning, and then in the third round, like she kind of slows down a little bit and then starts eating a couple of heavy ones, and then it starts getting sketchy. So, at any point, obviously, Jessica Andrade could throw them just swinging overhands, catch her with one, and it could possibly be a wrap, too. So, or the body hooks coming in if she's rushing her, like you said, and coming in. But if it doesn't, then it's going to fall on Marina's game. And Marina, I think, could even finish Andrade with her strikes here. But, yeah, this next fight here is actually an interesting matchup for sure. Jalen Turner against Renato Moicano, man. Jalen Turner, man, he's actually a favorite here at a minus 215. Moicano plus 185. What do you guys think, man?
Man, Jalen Turner he's a beast, but why is he still fighting at was it 155, 145?
Yeah, 155.
Why, bro? Every weight class, every time it's fight day, it's the same thing with him. He's dying from the weight. So I'm gonna just go with Morning Moicano, motherfucker.
Hey, shout out to, I saw some of his like podcast episodes and stuff. Pretty funny shit.
Yeah,
with his Brazilian accent too.
He don't care. Same. I'm on money. I'm on money. I think he might even take Sterling down.
He should win. He should win. But I'm just gonna go off like, yo, bro, you keep killing yourself to make 155, and it's just like against Moicano, you can't do that. This fool Moicano's a savage. He's been in there with the who's who as well. You know what I mean? And he's like on the little second run because he moved up from 145. See, look, he was killing himself fighting at 145. He said, "Fuck this, I'm gonna go to 155." So. Yeah.
Because it's too much beer and picanha, he said. He's never knocked anyone out. He's a submission artist. So, man, for me, though. I love this guy, but I think Jalen Turner, this is just going to be, unless the only way Moicano wins is going to be, in my opinion, by submission pretty much.
He could win on points.
He's obviously going to start grappling and get him down.
I think he could win on points.
By position, maybe, yeah.
If he could just maybe like do more shit than him, like because he has 3-round fight, we'll see. Because Dan Hooker beat Jalen Turner, I was surprised about that. But
Jalen Turner's one of those prospects that's had issues here and there.
He's a rightful fave. He's a rightful fave.
Yeah, and I think Moicano had a shorter notice on this fight than Jalen Turner did too.
They both kind of did, right? They just announced it like hella later, like after like whoop-de-doo. It's like what?
Like a month ago.
Yeah.
It was like
this fight actually
fights
opened at around minus 130, and now he's like minus 215 or whatever he is. So
that's all based off that KO.
I like that number better, but I'm going Jalen Turner.
No, I mean I give him that. He should be a minus.
I mean, not all based. He has a big reach. His striking advantage is the gap in striking is extremely large. If this stays standing, there is no chance that Moicano has in this. I'll tell you right now. The only chance is Moicano is going to be able to get in the clinch, start getting real close, but he doesn't want to stay in the clinch. He's going to have to get to the clinch to get to the ground or just get him on the ground. Once he gets on the ground, then it's a whole nother ball game. He has a huge advantage, you know.
Pereira's Jalen Turner's no slouch.
He's no slouch. So that's what I am. You know, my look at it is.
I feel like Jalen Turner's ground game is better than his striking.
I like what I've seen lately. Ever since he's had a resurgence on it, and his reach is crazy. Obviously, the weight cut's always an issue, but nowadays I feel like fools lightweight just be cheating and they could just like not make weight or get close, drain themselves because the replenishing process is so much more advanced and better now than it was. I feel like, you know, it's more planned out and thought out with the PI and stuff like that. So I'm just, this is just like Moicano has a chance, but yeah, like you said, I think the line is right. You know, Jalen Turner should be the favorite.
Yep.
Yeah. Next up, man, we got Sodiq Youssef against Diego Lopez, Mr. Emo. This is going to be real interesting here. Sodiq Youssef is actually a underdog right now, plus 115. Lopez minus 135. Kind of close in odds, but it looks like the money's been coming in on Youssef here. He was a plus 140 at one point. Now plus 115. Who y'all like?
I'm going Lopez.
This is a close fight. They're both like the way what's his name Sodiq Youssef looked in his last fight against Barbosa. He was out there going crazy in the beginning, and what's his name always starts like that too, Diego Lopez. So it's gonna be like just who can like outlast one another. I feel like, and I feel like I don't know. Like Youssef has fought better people, right? But Lopez on a run right now. I'm gonna just have to go with
man.
For tonight,
Lopez only been in the UFC for like what, less than a year, maybe a year. I feel like he took a short notice fight and did real well. No. That's why he's
he's been in the UFC for a year.
He took that fight on super short notice, and then they gave him Gavin Tucker, and he's just been effing fools up. Yeah. I'm not. I'm just looking at Sadiq. I like Sadiq. I watch his podcast he does on YouTube.
He's the better fighter, I want to say.
Yeah, for sure. But I think
so,
Diego
dude.
is
Who the fuck is
so hey, I can't be reading these names all night. I'm going with Diego. I'm going with the fake Hispanic guy. That's what I'm going with.
He's Brazilian Mexican.
Hey, he's a Brazilian Mexican, I believe.
Because he like comes out. I think he like reps Mexico, right? He comes out with like a Mexican flag too.
Because he's Mexican, but he like was born and raised in Brazil, I believe. Like, you know, like you, but American. You know,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But American.
His haircut is wild. It's wild that he's like, hey, this is my shit. This is how I'm rolling.
It's just a safe space, bro. That's how he feels right.
Bro. He's just good Charlotte. He wins.
He be pulling all the baddies.
Charlotte Bueno.
But yeah. Who you got, Dave Jones?
Man, this is an interesting fight. I love this matchup. I see why the value, people saw the value in Yusuf as an underdog here. But yeah, I don't know. I just think something in my gut says Lopez, man. As far as the breakdown, like, I think Yusuf's probably the better fighter. He's a better striker here. Obviously not a better BJJ, but he could grapple, he could wrestle. He had neck issues, neck surgery.
Yeah, he was out for hella long until he fought Barbosa, which I think he beat Barbosa, but they gave it to Barbosa.
That was a close fight, but he almost got finished during that fight too. He was getting the stanky.
But then he almost finished Barbosa too in the beginning.
Exactly.
Like the first three rounds.
He had his moments. It was a great fight. So yeah, I lean Lopez here still. I don't know. There's too many things that are questionable about Yusuf for me, and I'm just gonna ride the Mexican Brazilian momentum here. But as far as the breakdown, I see why people take the plus money here with Yusuf, but I'm still going Diego. Next up, we're getting into the good stuff here. Here we go. Horny fights, right? Yeah. Am I right?
Yeah.
We got Holly Holmes against Kayla Harrison, the debut.
According to Sarikian, some horny fights. You remember that shit?
Yeah.
When the guy he asked,
hell yeah, he was smashing Kayla.
He asked him. That shit was hilarious.
Yeah, would you smash? He's like smash.
Smash. Well, no, he didn't say that. He just said it in a different language.
16-1, bro. She's 33 years old. From the prospect from the PFL, she was the biggest free agent signing that everyone's hyping up. I was watching her in the PFL and called the upset, the one loss she had against Larissa Pacheco. And then she most recently beat Aspen Ladd. I mean, shout out to Aspen Ladd, but she's just not UFC caliber, even though she was in the UFC. Man, I don't know. The odds is what changes the whole thing for me. I'm going to be honest here. Obviously, Kayla is a huge favorite right now. She's minus 460. Holly Holmes plus 365 or so. Yeah, I mean, I see the value on Holly, but do I think that Holly really has anything other than like a kick to the head chance? You know what I'm saying? Like, Kayla's going to probably maul her, grapple her, judo throw, get her to the ground, even if she takes punches from her, trying to do so. And she probably is going to submit her, man, or ground and pound, but most likely, in my opinion, it's probably if she finishes it inside the distance, maybe. But here's the thing. I'm tempted. I mean, I can see why people are tempted to see Holly Holmes. If you get her at like a plus 350, plus 400, it is kind of tempting because Kayla Harrison, if she can't get you down, her striking's ass. Like it's not good. So on the feet, man, if Holly Holmes could even stuff like one takedown attempt, then damn, Holly Holmes could really do something. But then Holly Holmes been looking old as hell. No offense, she's good, but real old. Like, how old is she right now? I was surprised.
But that last fight against Myra Brenda Silva, she just looked like an old lady in there, like even like squaring up. You feel me? It was just like damn. But then she said she was injured or sick 42. Or something like that for that fight. Like, look, she's not 42. Looking like that.
True.
But Kayla Harrison's kind of old too, right?
She's 30.
No, she's 33, 37. But she is that old.
She looked 36, 37.
The thing with this fight, now that I think about it, I'm gonna have to wait.
Yes,
I'm gonna have to wait till
36.
The thing with this fight, I'm gonna have to wait till the weigh-ins probably. I want to see how Holly Holm looks because Man, because this is like at 135, right? Kayla Harrison has never even made 135.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's also a really good point too.
Like that was the biggest thing.
Well,
Is like, yo,
yeah.
how's she gonna come to the UFC and fight at 135? And she's always been wanting to be 145 or maybe heavier.
Well, she's fighting at like 155. Right? Like that's what the PFL weight class is.
Holly Holm has fought the who's who, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Even her last fight, she lost, but it was against the chick who was going against to fight for the title, and she was like kind of winning that fight, but she got choked out. But then she's old, man. 42 is like, damn. That's the only thing that's gonna be what's up with this.
42 is like once you pass 40, it's like real getting to a UFC age, and it's like she didn't look that great. And here's the thing: she started relying on a lot of clinching, and the thing is, as much as she's going to be good in the clinch, she does not want to clinch against someone that's trying to grapple her, So that would be a mistake. She needs to keep distance, and it's going to be a long night for her if she does so.
But also, how's Kayla going to look coming out of the first round if it goes past the first round too? You know what I mean? Like
she never made the weight class. She's a decision lady.
Yeah, but still, she's never made that weight. Also, UFC, like her first UFC fight, like they're for sure going to be adrenaline dump. So.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see the weights for sure because new weight class. She's a big girl. So, well, what do you think, Hype?
I could see her missing weight. I could see a miss. Watch this fight not even happen.
I'm waiting for the weigh-ins, but
it's happening. Dana's making it happen.
She was fighting
take her clothes off and hold the thing, put the elbows on the scale.
Or what did somebody just do like 2 weeks ago? They were pushing on the tent, kind of poking out on it. They're like,
with the bows.
Yeah.
Cheeto did that.
That's right. You know what?
Eddie Guerrero.
Kayla Harrison. The lines are not. Watch her be like a minus 1100 or something crazy.
Nah, they can't do Holly Holm like that.
I just feel like if Holly Holm can't keep her from taking her down, it's going to be quick because I think she's just going to advance and she's just going to choke Holly Holmes out. That's kind of Holly Holmes like kryptonite is like women who have really good submissions, like all around are good at like just being submission artists. So I'm just going to lean Kayla. Holly Holmes is it's just hard watching her fights now. It's like what she was capable of, and she just I don't think has it to. I don't know. I don't want to be too.
I'm going to look at the props when they come out, but if I could get like Kayla Harrison inside the distance, I might like a decent price, like minus 110, 120, 130. Mm-hmm. I would consider it. But yeah, these odds now straight up, I'm not betting minus 460 on Kayla Harrison. Like, no, no, she might be a minus 300, 350,
I did that in the PFL. I was betting her minus 700 and throwing her in some greasy parlays, but you knew she was guaranteed win, except for that one she lost.
Except for Larissa Pacheco, but
and that's only because I knew they'd rematched. There's a lot of the PFL ladies I wish would come over, but it's all right.
No, not all.
I am one. I'm
Mackenzie
not all.
PFL.
I'm curious. I'm curious if Holly Holmes they're kind of banking on a bad weight cut because to cut from 155 to 135 in a women's division.
I don't think they care. That's why this fight's on the prelims. It was like barely announced that she was coming. It was like I don't think the UFC.
Holmes not going to take the fight if the Harrison doesn't come into like weight by so much. Where it's like it's up to her to even accept it, and she'll be like, "Nah."
Well, the only benefit to them selecting Holly Holmes for her first fight about the weight is Holly Holmes has fought at 135 and 45. So if the fight had to be moved to featherweight, I bet you it's
catchweight.
Not going to be an issue.
Catchweight?
Yeah,
140.
Whatever, 140. Yeah, wasn't that the Cyborg? They made Cyborg cut to like 140.
I forgot.
Oh, something like that. But
they did her dirty. Yeah, they did her dirty. She won that fight, but. Yeah, they did her dirty on that.
Who?
Hey, here we go. Here's an interesting fight on the prelims. So this fight, this card is crazy. Prelims. We're still on the prelims. Calvin Kattar going against Aljamain Sterling in his debut, right, of his new weight class here. Yep. He has moved up, and let's see what he's at here. It's about a minus 150. So it looks like Aljamain Sterling's about minus 140, Calvin Kattar plus 120. What do you guys like on this?
Man, I don't know. Aljo's hella stinky as always, bro. It's like because You got to look at it too. All right, he's been fighting at 135 his whole UFC career. You know what I'm saying? When he gets against good strikers, it's always kind of sketch. If he can't take you down, you know he's kind of fucked sometimes. So like now going up against a solid fighter like Calvin Kattar. You know what I'm saying? If Kattar can like not,
this guy looks a lot of Jeremy Renner.
If Kattar can't, if he doesn't let himself get like backpacked and just dragged around, like Kattar gonna piece him up for 3 rounds.
Yeah, Kattar is on a losing streak here as we see but great competition, bro.
I thought he beat Josh Emmett. My opinion.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I
No, I feel you there.
He won that fight.
Who do you like? I mean,
he's coming off injury.
Down for both sides.
Oh yeah, he got injured in his fight, right? And when was that?
Yeah,
against Arnold Allen.
October 29th.
Yeah, that was his last fight in 2022.
Oh wow, damn! I think maybe just because the rust, I think Aljo's gonna win.
And he's 36 years old.
Yeah. Yeah, I got
the Boston finisher.
I'm gonna be sweating it out with Aljo.
Hey, it's a good matchup, bro. It's a real good matchup. I mean, for me, the value right now, I think this should be a pick'ems fight. So just off the principle of that, you know, Calvin Kattar at plus 120 or anything plus money, I think is decent. But yeah, like it's gonna be a sweaty ass fight because it's a clash of styles. Like if Sterling gets on the ground, it's like that's it, you know. Like,
but the thing is, coming off of like what he do, he tore his knee and like he just had to stop fighting, right? And then that was hella long ago. That's like so I don't know. I feel like the timing is gonna be off everything, but we'll see. I'm gonna just sort it out with
Sterling's
Aljo.
about to be swole, coming extra swole.
Yeah, I mean we'll see. He just got slept by. He's coming off us again, slept too by O'Malley. Well, he got rocked. I feel like that fight was stopped early, but yeah.
Yeah.
But I gotta go Aljo.
Yeah, I was leaning Kattar. I was leaning Kattar since the fight was announced. But I've let that slip that he got injured and taken out, him having to, it wasn't like he took a year and some change off and was like chilling, working on his thing. He had to, there was a couple of weeks there where he couldn't do anything. So I just have a feeling that Aljo's he's gonna get like a decision or like maybe a sub, just backpack him or just try to hold him down.
Yeah.
I'm not super excited about this fight, but it's still cool. It's free.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. Aljo too going up, so we'll see how he does.
Yeah. We'll see if
this stays standing, though, I don't think Aljo has a chance. His striking is he's not the worst, but it's just stinky to me. So not compared to Kattar. Kattar has a way better boxing. But if he gets to the ground, that's like great matchmaking, from the UFC, once again.
Yeah.
Compared to the other leagues. It's just a league of its own. Next up, man, we got another incredible matchup, bro. Some great whites here. We got Yuri Prochazka against Alexander Rakic. This is an incredible fight. I'm hyped for this one. This is about to be a banger. We got Yuri's plus 115. Rakic is minus 135, man.
Oh, man. That's
close in odds.
I think that's crazy for Yuri to be plus money. Especially Rakic is coming off one of those injuries too, where his knee fucking blew in a fight.
Rakic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he got hurt in his last fight.
I think Yuri's due for a win. It's been a minute, man. I think that might be like best bet material.
Yeah, Yuri is only lost to Pereira and got knocked out. And people, kind of remember that last. And Rakic is a beast. 14-3, has power as well. Well-rounded grappler. And that's why I think this matchup is so great. But he also got injured against Jan. And look at the last people to me, this is the difference maker, right? Between the two. And when you see plus money with Yuri, I'm like, you can sign me up. Because look at the last people he's beat. Thiago Santos. I mean, God bless his heart. But he's not in his prime. It's all bad downhill from there.
And then red flag. Look who he lost to. Volkan.
Yeah. I mean, Volkan's cool, but by split, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like that now is a red flag. And then he beat Anthony Smith. Like, I'm impartial to Anthony Smith.
Yeah,
really.
And he's
So
beating
it's
him by
like,
decision
these
too.
guys that he's fighting are nobodies.
that's what I said.
Like
He's
Justin
like
Ledet, bro, in 2018.
he's what, like whatever to me. Like
Hey,
look at me.
click those little
What?
tabs next to him. See what was he favored? He had to be favored in all those fights that he won. Those last two that he won. Oh, get the three. The Jan one first.
He was a minus 190 against Santos.
Okay.
And about a minus 260 against Anthony Smith.
Now what about the Jan
and he
fight?
was a minus 220. Who?
The Jan, his when he got hurt. I would assume
he was a minus
favorite.
200 against Jan.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I'm still Yuri plus money. That's what I'm on.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's you better get locked that in now too, because like, yeah, look at like if you break it down, look, he's fought whatever people, and then he fought somebody like hella solid in Jan, and he blew his knee. So
yeah, and Yuri was a plus 140 at one point as well, closer to opening. So there's been money definitely on Yuri.
Go bet that right now.
Get that right now. That is best bet material here. We got Yuri. Next up, we got getting into some nice fights here. We got a banger.
Hey.
We got Charles Oliveira against Armin Sarukian.
Hold on. Time out.
This actually
is this still prelims?
No, this is the. This is the
first fight.
This is the main event for the prelims, right?
This is the first fight of the main card. Oliveira against Armin Sarukian. So now we're getting into the main card, just starting into the main card. Relax, bro. Just light it up. Relax. Smoke something. You need to. All right. We're just getting into the tip. Okay. Tell me when it hurts.
No Diddy.
Next up, we got Charles Oliveira, the people's champ. You know, the people have a champ, and his name is Charles Oliveira. Now against Armin Sarukian. This is a great matchup. Another great matchup that actually opened closer to like a pick'ems. And money has steamed crazy on Armin Sarukian, man. He's now a minus 225 favorite. Oliveira's plus 190. It's kind of crazy on how much money and how much the line has moved. And I get it. I agree with that money, but I can understand why some would now see value in Oliveira, because if it was a pick'ems at one point, now you can get Oliveira for plus 190, plus 200. You know, that doesn't sound too bad because he has the experience in the all-around game for striking, ground game. But I don't know. I think Sarukian's just a younger guy. I agree with the money, man. I'm going Sarukian.
Yeah, I got to go with Drew Bronx, man.
Yep.
My heart will be cheering for Drew Bronx.
Yeah. Look, I think Charlie Oliveira's he's on a mission. And I think him getting hurt and all these training. I mean, did you guys see that video or that picture? I don't know if it was real or not, or Photoshop, but they said that he cut his eye again.
April Fools.
Yeah, maybe it was before April Fools, but I saw like about 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago that his eye got cut again, and I was like, shit. But man, watching what he did to the last few opponents after he lost, I think he's like, I'm gonna get that title shot, and he's out there to prove that it was a fluke. And he's a great fighter, because I remember I used to not get down with Charles Oliveira at all. Mm-hmm. Like when he was getting like punched and then just giving up in fights and falling down. I can't remember if it was like the Frankie Edgar fight, but
back here,
getting whooped.
It was he lost to Felder, Ricardo Lamas, Pettis, Holloway.
Man, he was but he was giving up in fights. I remember those losses, and it was just like, damn, you suck. Yeah, but those were also at 145, and then when he moved up to 155 is when he really started killing everybody. Mm-hmm. So I'm going for Armin's like I don't know what it is about him, but yeah, I don't like him. And even though I would probably bet him if he was somebody else, I'm riding with Charlie Oliveira on this one. I'm going actually to say he's going to knock him out. I think he might knock this guy out.
I think he'll tap him. I think he'll rock him and tap him, because like Sarukian's coming hype off rightfully so against the big sleepage of what's his name? Dariush, but Dariush is might be over the hill. Might be over the hill. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just got to go with the OG Oliveira on this one. But I mean, Sarukian, he's an up and comer, but yeah, I can't get down with that
for sure. And the competition he's fought early in his career, bro, is to me is kind of insane already at this point. He actually lost to Islam Makhachev back in 2019. So I think that was his debut. debut fight against Islam Makhachev. Then he beat OAM back in the day. Then Davi Ramos is, not as big of a win for Vola's okay. But here's the one I really like: Joel Alvarez and Damir Ismagulov. Those 2 wins to me were like showed his consistency as well. So, like I said, I think the crowd is going to all pull for the people's champ, Charles Oliveira. What has the UFC fucked him over on that whole situation with the missed weight and he couldn't win the belt and all that bullshit that was starting to happen. So I do feel for him, and he is the people's champ. But as far as money goes, my money is definitely gonna be on Sarukian. Next up, we're moving into it. We're getting into it. We got another banger. Just kidding. I don't know how this got on the main card, and it's not like the opener of the main card. It might end up being, but it's Bo Nickel going against Cody Brundage. Do we even really need to talk about it? I mean, I know Hype is the biggest Cody Brundage fan we got out here. Bo Nickel's minus 2,400 right now. Brundage plus 1,100. I mean, anyone can say there's value on the plus 1,100. Because you know how Brundage won his last fight, right? Should we revisit, Mr. Brundage? His last fight here, I
cashed.
Oh, it's the fight before the last fight. Sorry. It was against Jacob. And so did I. Okay. But I'm just saying that he was getting his ass beat, and he was lucky. And that was it. So am I gonna bet on Bo Nickel minus 2,400? Nah, hell no. It's a UFC fight. I don't think anyone should be favored minus 2,400, even though Bo Nickel's gonna probably kill his man.
Maybe submission.
Maybe it's probably inside the distance. Yeah, but I bet you the inside the distance it isn't even good. It's like inside the distance minus 1,000 or something. It's like, nah, man, I'm not gonna bet that.
The UFC's about to dump a shit ton of money into this Bo Nickel prospect, so they need everyone that's watching us to know who he is. Because I think originally
he's white Khabib.
He's a beast. But I mean, then again, it's like who's he fought?
You gotta fight who you gotta fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, he's only 5-0, so it's like.
He barely fought. He's only fought Val Wood.
He's real though.
So,
I mean, he ain't really fought nobody, bro. To say that
he's never faced adversity.
I mean, with the wrestling.
But this is also is this somebody?
No.
like you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, as I said, they're doing it right for him. They're giving him all the easy fights. Like,
I'm a real degenerate. I don't care. I'm going to sprinkle something on the KO prop. I'm putting something on Brundage by KO. So, because
if he wins this, Bo Nickel should fight. If Bo Nickel wins, which I think he should fight like maybe Malkoon or like or fucking
okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody like that. Or
give him Chris Weidman.
Nah, he'll kill Weidman.
Chris Weidman.
That's what I mean. If you want to keep doing that, if that's what you want to do is keep protecting him, well then yeah. But I'm saying if you want to see where he's at, put him against somebody like even like Roman Kopylov or some shit. Ooh, Hernandez just
that'd be a good fight.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just because the way they're hyping up, like he's that dude, but they're doing it right. They're like, it's just it sucks he's getting all this hype just because he's like, yeah, he's fighting.
He's still prospect.
Whatever people, yeah. But that just sucks that he's like look, he's on the main card of UFC 300, bro. But I guess he's the future, right?
Yeah, they're really shoving it down our throats.
He'll be on UFC 400.
Hey, maybe he'll be a star by then. Next up, we got a banger, the BMF title fight. Justin Gaethje against Max Holloway, man.
This is the people's main event right here.
Yeah. Got Justin Gaethje minus 210 right now. Holloway plus 180. And I think Holloway's going up in weight, I believe, right? They're fighting at 155.
Yeah.
Gaethje was actually a bigger favorite. I think he opened minus 270 or so. Now he's about 225 or 210 or whatever, which I can see why, because I think between the two, who's a pure striker, I think Holloway's a way better striker. It's just Gaethje has the bombs and he's durable as hell, and he could pretty much like stop all the takedowns if there's any takedowns that are going to him, unless your name's Khabib, So, yeah, I mean it's hard to not like Gaethje in this because you're gonna be clenching your asshole the whole time because he's gonna be throwing bombs out there, and I don't think Holloway can really like knock him out.
Nah,
Holloway's a
he
volume
could.
striker.
But Hollywood could TKO him if, especially like he could get Gaethje coming in with something, a shin to the
like
face
a
or something.
1-2.
I could see Holloway
Kick
getting him
or something like that.
Remember what Tony
see him.
did to like he got finished, but remember the way Tony floored Justin Gaethje in their fight. You know what I'm saying?
In the first round, I think. Right? It was the first round.
That's the Tony who was already still like on his. That was after like more of the declining. But yeah. Gaethje's he's susceptible to getting hit, bro. Like, remember all his fights back in the day, he used to get fucked up, but I mean, he's the rightful favorite, even with the 2-1. I agree with that, but you can't count out Holloway. But this sucks. Holloway at 155 going up. Last time he did it, he got his ass beat by Poirier. But I guess he's been doing it like the correct way, like damn near doing it. Like he's been doing it, I guess, like he's not gonna return to 145. So, I mean, he's old and it's like, I mean, dude. Holloway's young. How old is he?
Old in MMA years. He's 32.
Exactly. Like he's 32, but he's like 62 in fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like he's been through some wars. Like he's been through the ringer too. Like the fights with Volk, that last Volk fight, and I've seen that shit live. He got his ass beat by Volkanovski, and that's a smaller guy. And the thing, like you said, Gaethje got the bomb. So I would probably bet Gaethje maybe by like a TKO, but I also probably would sprinkle some like maybe Holloway by TKO.
Yeah. He's it looks like he's never actually been knocked out before, Holloway, but it is a different division and weight.
There's a first time for everything.
Yeah, he's getting older, more mileage as far as MMA mileage.
This is like the thing is like he's never been knocked out, but he was fighting people at 145. He's been fighting little guys. Like, even when he fought Poirier, he should have got knocked out, bro. The thing is, Poirier got tired later in the fight because he's tired of beating his ass, but the ref I wouldn't have seen nothing wrong with the ref stopping that fight because he was lighting Holloway up. But that was also Holloway like last minute too, right, or something like that. And then remember he wanted to fight Khabib at 155 or something like that. So yeah, I mean this is like the people's main event. Like I said, the most exciting fighters ever in the UFC, bro. But I gotta go with Gaethje. But like I said, I would sprinkle a little bit on Holloway, win by like TKO.
Holloway, the value is there. I mean, I agree with some of the money on Holloway in the sense of there's value because I think, like I said, the striking. If you tell me that this goes to 5 rounds and goes to decision, then give me Holloway.
It's 3 rounds, right? It's 3 rounds.
Yeah, you're right. But so 3 even better. Like if you get me 3 rounds and you're telling me it's it's 5 rounds. It's for the belt.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 rounds.
BMF.
I don't think it gets to the 3rd round. I don't think it gets to the 3rd round. I think.
And then if you tell me that, let's say you tell me that, right? You say, hey, this is going to go under. It's going to be finished in 3 rounds, within 3 rounds. I would be like, well, then give me fucking Justin Gaethje. Because I think if Gaethje wins, he's going to finish the fight. He's going to knock him out. Holloway, I think he could definitely, for sure, box his way, move around, keep boxing in and out, and he's going to be able to outstrike Justin Gaethje. So that's my thing. But I don't think Holloway at this weight anyone could knock anyone out. But I'm just talking about, percentage-wise, I don't think it's a high percentage that Holloway is the one doing the knocking out, just volume it. So I don't even love Justin Gaethje striking, TBH. He's just be going crazy, and he's very
he's very technical, bro. He's very technical. Like, look what he did to Fiziev, bro. That's the perfect example.
His body work, like I could see him even stopping Holloway with like a body shot. Like I could see
when he first came to the UFC, he was very raw. That's when, remember, even that one dude was clowning him, saying he's going to be like that tall ass dude that he slept.
Homer Simpson. He was the Homer Simpson of the UFC.
And then he turned his game around and he started working more with Trevor Whitman. He's hella technical now.
I mean, he's definitely improved, and that's why he's the fighter he is. But I mean, if you ask me, I think Holloway has the edge on the boxing. As far as pure boxing, give me Holloway, and I think that's what people are banking on. So. Do I think Gaethje probably wins it by knockout? Yeah, that's supposed to most likely outcome. So I'll probably go with that. But as far as value, I mean, Holloway plus 180 doesn't sound too bad. You just have to clench your ass cheeks for every time fucking Gaethje swings.
And Ne Dro ain't wrong. Like I could see I could see Justin Gaethje walking into like a not like a straight KO, but like a TKO situation where Max just 1-2s down the middle. Justin's coming in, bink goes down, and he's able to kind of just little ground and pound and finish him.
A kick.
That'd be sick.
Because that's how he began people. Like Volk, he dropped him with like head kicks and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Justin Gaethje out there with his leg kicks. Like I want to see Max if he can take the damage and he can wear it well. If he can wear it well, I think it'll be a good fight. But if you see that first kick, you see him go, oh, you know, his eyes get real big. Like, oh fuck, why did I take this fight?
Max is a savage, bro. He'll die in there if you let him. So like that's not gonna hurt him. You know what I mean? Like. He's a warrior. Both of these guys would die in there if they had to.
Yeah.
Hey, so yeah, we're going into moving forward here. We got a co-main event, a title fight here. Yellow Excellence. We got Weili Zhang Weili, however you want to say it, against Xiaonan Yang Xiaonan, however you want to say it. It's crazy here, man. You know, Zhang Weili is one of my favorite fighters in the UFC. I think she's incredible, and I think that the losses she had from Rose, no matter what you tell me, are flukes. Fuck that.
No.
Right? Run that shit back. Weili's gonna mop the floor with Rose. Okay.
I mean, Rose is old now, bro. She's old now.
She got a lucky kick on one of them, and I don't even know what the fuck happened to the other one.
No such thing as.
But anywho, Weili Zhang is still 34 years old, so she's already, you know, getting older, getting up there. But she's reigning. You know, this has currently been her peak almost. Other than the 2 Rose losses, she's been dominant in pretty much a majority of her fights. Some battles, some wars, like with Joanna. But yeah, I don't know. The odds is what really get me. I obviously think Zhang Weili's gonna win, but as far as the odds, it's like minus 360 right now for Zhang Weili, Xiaonan plus 295.
Rightfully so.
That's a little tough.
Rightfully so. She's only lost in her last 10 fights. She's only lost to one person twice. She's been dominant. She's like, you know, she's a champ for real. This is the cooking up for Zhao to you know, to do the upset with this shit. You know what I'm saying? I want to say she's taller, right? What's the height?
5'5", yeah. So she's slightly taller because Weili's short, but
how tall is Weili?
I think she's like 5'3". Let's see.
5'4". Hold on, go back to her losses.
No, it's not that.
How did she lose to Carla Esparza?
Grappling.
Ground and pound, second round back in 2021.
That's a red flag, but
hey, you know, she got in the crucifix, so she's gotten a lot better. But obviously, is she on the same level as Weili Zhang? Technically, no.
Nah, but I feel like
Weili's only gotten better at grappling.
Yeah, I think she'll win by decision, Zhang. Weili.
Yeah. Weili, not Yang.
You know,
but I'm tempted. Don't get me wrong. I'm tempted on that plus 300 on Yan or like something crazy because it could happen. But yeah, I Weili all the way. Hi, what's up, Hype?
You know, normally I'm really biased towards the Sacramento camps, and she trains out of Sacramento now. She's been there with Alpha Male for a few years now, and I just after we were all together for the last fight with Zhang. That might have been the best women's MMA fight I've ever seen. Like I remember we were just that was a good time. That was a really good fight, and I cannot pick against the champ after a performance like that. She's had time to recover and get better, work, and no, this fight's been announced for a while. So, and they knew they were going to fight each other. I think originally they were planning to fight this summer in China, and then they moved it up to 300. So, this is actually one of those rare title fights for women where you're like, this might be a really good fight, but hopefully we don't have a UFC 200 performance, you know, repeat, but the magic, I said, baby, is in the air these nights. So who knows? Yan, like I could see an upset by decision, but I don't know how. I don't see her beating Zhang at Zhang's own game. I think Weili Zhang's going to either. I think it's going to be a decision. I don't think there's a finish here, but who knows?
5 rounds.
Who knows? 5 rounds is a long time. That's a lot of fighting. It's a lot of fighting. So There could be a finish, but I'm gonna be safe. Zhang decision.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think decision.
Greasy parlay for some people. And we get to the main event. A tough matchup here, bro. We got Alex Poatan Pereira against Jamal Hill. Sweet dreams, baby. Trying to get his title back that he never lost. He just tore his Achilles
playing
to a celebrity basketball game with DC. Interesting. But yeah, man, Jamal Hill, I've always been on the hype train of Jamal Hill, you know. But obviously at this level, at champion versus champion almost, in a sense, this is a tough matchup for me, man. I see why people like the plus money. Jamal Hill is plus 125. Pereira is minus 145. And I mean, I could just totally see it right now. Pereira could even be winning the fight, looking like he's finally like maybe win one round, going into the second, starts beating up on Jamal Hill into the cage, and Jamal Hill just starts catching him, just coming back and just knocks him out, you know, and Jamal Hill wins. So
I don't see
Jamal Hill.
I think no, go ahead, finish.
I think Jamal Hill, you know, is probably going to win here. I haven't bet on anything on this one. This is probably my toughest fight here because, you know, if I'm just breaking it down myself and seeing Pereira at minus 145 against someone that, you know, coming off an Achilles injury, hasn't been always in the best shape of his life, even though Pereira is doing some horny things on the side with his new girlfriend, you know, it's like I like Pereira striking, right? I like it technically better, but Jamal Hill's a dog. You know, and that does scare me. So technically, I would like Pereira at this point, but I see the value in Hill. So I'm undecided right now. But if I had to make a pick today and advise anyone, I think there's more value on the Pereira at minus 145. But because the Jamal Hill was at bigger plus money before, so you could have got him at a better price. What was he at? Not too bad. He's at plus 130, so he's about kind of the same here. But I mean, who do you guys like? This is a tough one.
I'm going to go with I was actually with Alex when the fight was announced, and then the more and more I remember watching Jamal Hill because, you know, sometimes when these guys haven't fought in a really long time, it's easy to forget, you know, how great they are. Jamal Hill, I saw him at UFC 298. He was standing next to Chuck Liddell. Let me tell you, like Chuck Liddell, we all know was the 205 champ, right? He's a legend. Man, he was so short compared to – I didn't even realize it was Jamal Hill until, like, he stepped more into the light, and I was like, oh shit, he's way bigger than 6'4". Like he looked like 6'6", 6'7". He was huge. No diddy.
He's like 6'3", 6'4".
He's 6'4" on here, listed here. But yeah, if you see him in the streets, he's wearing shoes and shit. So he looked big.
Yeah, and you're taller than I am. So like, yeah, that he's a tall dude. I also think that he's had enough time. He's recovered. I think he's going in there. He can wrestle, but I think he's going to knock Alex out. I think it's going to be
he'll ground and pound and knock him out, but he's going to wrestle, bro.
I think whoever wins is going to get knocked out. Is going to win by knockout.
That's an easy way to win for him. Pereira sucks on the ground. He let Stylebender take him down. Like, no, man, this is mixed martial arts. At the end of the day, you got to find your easiest way to victory. You know what I'm saying? Like. And plus, he ain't fought in so long. He even said because everybody was roasting him. He's like, oh, no, y'all took it too far. So now he got to pay. Like, yeah, I'm going to grapple his ass.
Mm-hmm. Maybe. But I could just see I could see a first round KO. I could see them in an exchange and him just hitting Pereira that he can't recover and he just crumbles. It's I don't know. Like you can see the power.
Like, who has he slept like that though?
Who?
Who has Jamal Hill like been really like
one
hitter KOs
Johnny
on that?
Johnny Walker. Yeah, but I mean
the Johnny Walker one was hilarious.
That was wild the way he went down. You're like, whoa.
Yeah, but
who's he fought? Let me look.
He's gotten that with Jimmy Crute. He knocked out Jimmy Crute. Paul Walker. His arm broke against
Mitty.
Yeah, I see your point. I see your point. But they both have, and the thing too I like about Hill is he's been getting better. Every fight he looks better and better.
Yeah, but bro, you're coming off a ruptured Achilles. And he might be coming back too soon because this is a scramble main event.
Achilles is tough.
This is a
that
scramble
photo.
main event.
He got hurt like the next day after that photo, right? Like he got hurt that weekend.
Yep.
Yeah,
But this is
that
like
was
a
in
scramble main
July.
event. Like the main event they wanted for this was Dickus versus Adesanya.
Well, this fight was supposed to take place a month later, right? In Rio. It was
But that's
supposed to
what
be
I'm
the 301.
saying, bro. He's
Yeah.
rushing a ruptured Achilles after being overweight as shit, which is why he got hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the thing is, if he does be stubborn and stands, I feel like he's the one gonna get slipped.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
That left hook don't play from Pereira ever at all. Like I'm only going against Pereira now because he has a girlfriend and like he's just doing too much.
Ever since that Glover fight, this fight has kind of been like for the hardcores that know what's up. They're like, man, he wants to get one back for the sensei. So I could see Alex going out there and sleeping Hill, but I could also see Hill put work on him. Like you said, put him up against cage, drop him, and just ground and pound him or sleep him standing.
Like, go watch the Glover fight. What was Jamal Hill doing to Glover? He's taking him down, dropping elbows on him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but even standing up, they were both. That was a good fight.
Yeah, but he had to take Glover.
I do gotta go back and watch that.
Up standing because he was getting fucked up standing. That's why he took Glover down.
And the fact that he could even take Glover down,
Glover wanted
and keep him there.
And Glover's a fucking beast at wrestling, bro.
And that's his wrestling coach. That's who's in there teaching Alex how to wrestle. Yeah.
Well, he's mostly defend.
But that's the thing. I've been on.
You ain't gonna learn to American wrestle like that. You know what I'm saying?
Because I mean, look, if you guys didn't even bring up, that's how Alex beat Yuri, right? He defended takedown and dropped tele elbows, or he rocked him first and then defended takedown and hit him with the side elbows.
I think he hit him he hit him into like a takedown, and then he just.
I wish that fight would have gone longer too. You know what I'm saying? Like they kind of stopped that kind of short, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I can't really say that because Yuri said it was a good stoppage, but I was like, man, what the fuck, main event.
He did. He looked like he recovered pretty quickly when they separated them. Like he wasn't like all out of it. So I don't know. But the thing is, I really enjoy watching both these guys fight. So it's just like, yep, they got to scrap. See who the best is.
See, it just sucks too that this is also like Alex's like second fight at 205, and like you can say, yeah, he beat Adesanya, but you gotta like, who made a good point today? I was listening to a podcast. Josh Barnett on the MMA hour, and he's like, we're talking about this is mixed martial arts, and like these guys just fought 2 times. They're saying everybody's so great, but it was literally a kickboxing fight. It's not an MMA fight. Jamal Hill is a straight up mixed martial artist. You know what I'm saying? And like he's gonna take him down, bro, and it's gonna be bad. Like Alex gonna maybe he's gonna get a submission. He's gonna pull a Paul Craig. You gotta remember that's the only way Jamal Hill was. And what he do? He took Paul Craig down, right, and was in his guard and got his arm broke.
Paul Craig probably took Paul Craig down.
I don't know if he dropped guard on that or not for that fight. I forgot, but I just remember that's the where he's just like his arm was just like,
shit, and he still wanted to keep fighting.
I gotta apologize.
Don't even call it.
I gotta apologize to the community for 2 weeks ago about the Petrosky fight. That I apologize for even putting faith in that guy. I will never pick him to win another fight ever again.
He might come back next fight. You need to now is when you buy low. You know what I'm saying? And then when everyone's off of it.
Like if he gets a rematch with GM3, I'm taking Petrosky all day again.
Rematch.
You taking anybody against GM3? That's not fair.
You're right.
But hater.
I guess I'm gonna go with Jamal Hill, bro. I want that plus money too. So like,
is that one?
And then I don't see this going all 5, right?
No, I think whoever wins is gonna knock that person out. They have to knock each other out. You know what I'm saying?
I would love to see a Pereira knockout. You know what I'm saying? Like that's who I wanted, but then like it jumped up to kind of minus 150. I know it's like a sketch. That's a sketch pick. Like, I mean, I want him to win, but I think now it's coming closer. I feel like just Jamal Hill is gonna be smart. Because the thing is, Pereira never fought like nobody who's gonna really use the good grappling against him yet.
Let's be the way it suits because both these guys are liable to miss weight.
Nah, 205, they be solid.
Some of what they were saying that pissed off Jamal Hill was, he goes, "Oh, did you hear in his contract that he has he's gonna fight 301 after he knocks you out. He's gonna go fight what's his name? The Abraham Lincoln guy. The guy
that's never a good thing.
Yeah,
I'm sketch about
I
the
doubt
torn
that.
Achilles, bro. That's the only thing I'm sketch about.
Ankalaev.
Are we all on Jamal Hill?
No, I went with Pereira for now. It's a tough one, but I'll go with Pereira. Yeah,
I mean that's who my
like
pick was like from the jump was Pereira, but now it's been kind of sketch going some shit. If he shows up with hair, fight night 2, I think it's over. I'm like, bro.
I wonder what the under is going to be, so I'm going to check out for the under because the round props aren't out yet. But I think either side KO props are good. But yeah, as far as bets, man, what do you got? Who wants to go first here?
We'll let
man,
I think 4, or you can do it's a special one, so you can do 5. I don't care.
You can do whatever you want, bro. You can do whatever you want if you just want to give out one.
I think
it's all good.
Yeah, I know. I got to be careful this week. I'm definitely going to sprinkle. I'm probably going to sprinkle on both in the main event for KO on both sides, just because I do think that both sides. That's how both sides are going to win. And watch it be a boring decision. I hope I didn't just wish that upon everybody.
It was a good fight because tickets are for the high right now.
The high, bro. The high.
Yeah. Shout out to Shane.
That means the sphere is going to be the high.
Hey. Shout out Shane.
Yeah, that's like the minimum's like 6 right now, 6 plus fees.
What's the fees?
These I don't know. There might be like the day of you'll find like a dirt cheap ticket, but I think this is one of those events where ticket prices are just going up. It's $300.
No, it's like the same. It's all steady prices. It's steady prices.
Yeah, it always stays the cheapest. Just like when do you buy? So
yeah. Okay, so back to
anywho.
I have a parlay to put together. I'm going to do Zhang, Justin Gaethje, and Bo Nickel.
All right. Greasy, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
And then I'm also going to do a sheesh. You look at these fights. Okay, and I'm going to put Lopez, Moicano, and Andrade as one parlay. Oh, it was hailing out here earlier.
It's windy out.
It was bad.
Out in the V.
After I seen that video of those cars getting their windows bashed, I've been like, oh, I don't want to see hail. And then you know what? By way of win
of Diego,
I'm gonna go by Diego Lopez by knockout. And I'm going to go Kayla Harrison by submission.
It's a good one. I like that as well.
TKO.
That I'll look at that or inside the distance safer, but I'm sure it's juice. If it's not too juice, I'm going to probably do the inside the distance one. But yeah, what you got, Neto?
Hold up. Where's it at?
He's like, I got Diego Sanchez and
Joshua
Fabia.
PFL's going crazy right now.
It's crazy though. Oh yeah,
he's a
Did Liz Carmouche win?
No, she hasn't fought yet.
Oh,
this Decheva, that was like a minus 2,400 or 3,000 or whatever.
She won
first round finish. Yeah.
Holy shit! Damn.
Everyone's motivated. 6 pointers, bro. 6 pointers.
Damn. So when we go to, it's probably gonna be crazy. That shit's fucked up. That we got. It's like either weigh-ins or the prelims. I don't know. It's fucked up right now. But yeah, all right. Let me get into it. All right, straight up bet. Straight up. I'm gonna do
straight up.
Jamal Hill. Straight up. Jamal Malek.
Jamal
plus 120 right now.
Jamal.
And then another straight up bet with Yuri Horchata.
Yuri Horchata.
I'm gonna do a parlay. Andrade. Ooh, I'm kind of nervous about that one. Pereira.
Biggie.
And Aljamain.
And Sterling. Okay, that's the clinch your butthole fights.
Yeah, and then we're gonna do a straight up bet again with Dude, wrong.
Charles Oliveira.
You're wrong. All right,
He's at pretty big plus money 190 right now.
And then another parlay with Gaethje, Wei Lee, Ho Nickel, Figueroa, and Diego Lopez. Let's ride, baby. That's gonna be a
big one. All right, man. I'm about to go up. I had to go with it, Yuri.
Hold on, that was 4, huh?
No, you got 5.
All right, cool.
Yeah, so I'm going with Yuri as well. I think at the plus money, it's definitely value. Plus 115 right now that we got him. Yeah, plus money, anything. He's great. Then I got who was it? Oh yeah, Marina Rodriguez. She's at plus 100 right now. Marina plus 100. I also like what was one? Oh, Bobby Green minus 190. I'm going Bobby Green.
I'm scared of those fights.
Yeah, I was looking at him like, I'm
going. Where are we at? Arman Sarukian minus 225. And last but not least, I'll throw a parlay for y'all. Parlay it. Wei Li Zhang and parlay that with what was what I was looking for? Oh, Kayla Harrison. If we're going to be greasy, we're about to be greasy. And Jalen Turner. Do a little 3-legger right there for you. Probably some sort of plus money. But yeah, honorable mentions though. Just look out for the props. Harrison inside the distance. I told you I like that too. But yeah, man. Hopefully we hit. We're doing the 5. Do you want to give a 5th one, Hype? You only gave 4. You don't have to. Nah, we're just trying to bounce back. We're about to really come back to the year.
And I did terrible. I went 0-3 last for that last card.
Some bonus props, man. I think
bonus props.
Wings.
Jim Miller.
That's
by submission.
Jim Miller.
Yeah, but I feel like y'all was saying the main event knockout maybe for Jamal Hill or and maybe TKO Max Holloway, first time ever getting TKO. Ooh, that'd be all bad.
Yeah. I mean, I can totally see that happening because it's a new weight for sure. And he's been, he was actually a semi-wobbly, even though he was dominant in that Korean zombie fight.
He always gets rocked. He always gets rocked. That's the bad thing. And then against 155 like that against Gaethje, you can't do that.
Exactly. So that is a little worrisome,
Like even the Yair fight, it was crazy. You know what I mean? And then getting fucked up by Volk the last time, that was all bad.
Hey, let's go.
Like even the Calvin Kattar fight, like he whooped Kattar's ass, but
James upset
too. Hey, for PFL. Oh yeah, man, we'll be at the PFL, man.
Yeah, shout out to PFL. We're about to be there too. Week 2 in Vegas. Shout out to the Virgin Mobile or Virgin Hotel, whatever you know. But yeah, until next time, I appreciate Hype coming on. We're about to be there. Hit us up if y'all about to be at UFC 300 or PFL or whatever.
And like we said, and also we recorded this early, so who knows what can happen within the next how many days?
Week and a half.
9 days. Week and a half.
10 sleeps.
Yeah, so we'll see. Hopefully everything stays copacetic and they happen to go off. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, UFC 300.
Let's go.
All right. Peace out, bro.
Yep.
Smoke out.